Greetings, Internet viewers. It's your old pal Oxleymations here again with another Oxleymations presentation. So for today's video, if it wasn't evidenced by the title right down below the old green screen over here, I'm going to be taking a look at some items that I purchased recently from the old internet. To start things off, we have this slim package right here, which I purchased from a seller on eBay. If it wasn't evidenced by, if it wasn't obvious from all the, eBay logos on this yellow tape on the side here. So, get out our handy-dandy box cutter, and we're just going to gently cut this tape. But anyway, put this up to where y'all can see it while I'm cutting it open. Now this item, both of these items, are for my ventriloquist collection. My ventriloquist puppet collection, that is. And y'all might be wondering, what could be in this flat container that's ventriloquism related? Well, you'll see here in a moment. There we go. The tape has officially been severed. So now we just pull back the protective bubble wrap. Come out of there. Yeah, come out of there. That was English. Okay. And contained within the eBay bubble mailer, which appears to just be your standard average postal bubble mailer that someone turned inside out. It's an interesting reuse for that. Inside of that is this secondary little package. Alright. Here we go, folks. Just gonna peel open the cardboard and see if I can spot the thing inside. There it is. Oh. It was very nice of the seller to put the item into this nice little record sleeve, because this, let me try and get the light on it, is a how to do ventriloquism, how to be a ventriloquist play-along record that went with one of the 1970s E.G. Company Howdy Doody ventriloquist puppets. And this is one of those really thin flexi-disc kind of records, like the one that came with Lester back here, just hiding up there. Just so you can see what I'm talking about, for those who don't know what a flexi disc is, it's literally just a very thin sheet of plastic, just about paper thin, that's flexible. But it is also a vinyl record. You can probably just about make out the grooves if I can get the angle just right. I can kind of see the grooves in the record itself. But I've been very curious what the different records were like for the different puppets, because I know there was one for Lester, there was one for Howdy Doody, I know there's one for Bozo, but I don't know how many there were in total. And this was on eBay for a very, very good price. So I was just like, the time has come. I'm going to continue collecting those E.G. How to Be a Ventriloquist records that came with the dolls. So that's 2 down, and I know at the very least I've got to get the one for Bozo next. So anyway, that was package number 1. Just gonna toss that over there. Next, we're gonna go with a big box. This one came not from eBay, but from another site that I used to frequent, but not so much anymore, known as shopgoodwill.com. And the reason why I don't frequent that site as much anymore is when I first started getting on there, you could get really good deals just about every single time you popped on. But then, unfortunately, more people started finding out about the site, and the site started growing, and all the good deals suddenly dried up because everyone's just like, oh my goodness, it's that thing right there that I've been wanting for a long time, and it's really hard to get, but it's right there. I'll put in my bid. And then like 30 other people get the same idea and go, hey, that's the thing that I wanted. That's that thing right there. I'm going to put in a bid. And then suddenly it goes from being like, say, $5 or $6 to 30, 40, 50, 100. So, yeah. Anyway, I got really lucky with this one. Unfortunately, the object contained within here, within this box, is not in perfect condition, but you guys have seen my collection. And hell, in the background here, this weird bit of fabric that's just dangling here, that is the body that goes with this Emmett Kelly ventriloquist doll head over here that I think I'm pointing at with a box cutter. So, yeah, I know how to fix up this kind of stuff for the most part, so I'm not too bothered by the fact that this poor thing is not in perfect condition. And that's probably the reason why I was able to get it for as cheaply as I did. And we put the blade away. Anyway, without further delay, I'm going to open up the box. And as I usually do with these kind of videos, I'm going to try and let you guys have the first look of what's inside. Right, there's all the flaps pulled open right there. And don't mind that crack, that was just my shoulder. So we're going to slowly pull off the bubble wrap and see. Okay, we haven't revealed it just yet. And I forgot to mute the laptop, pardon me. Well, actually, no, I'm just going to leave it unmuted. It's just notification tones. Alright, so now then. Gently pull off the second layer of bubble wrap and see what we can see. There's a lot more bubble wrap there than I thought there was. Okay, let's see. Is the item visible? It's starting to be. Let's go ahead and just remove that layer. Can you guess what it is yet? I'll hold it up for the camera so you can get a little bit of an idea. Any ideas? Well, I'm about to pull off the last layer of bubble wrap. Sorry that it's so squeaky. Let's see. Is the item wrapped in the bubble wrap? Or can I get it out? Okay, good. Alright, last chance, folks. Before I reveal the actual identity of the object, last guesses. Come on. It's a doll of some sort with red shoes, white and red, black shoes, what am I talking about? Red and white striped socks, and a dress with curly red yarn hair. Alright folks, you probably just saw it. And I just caught sight of the face of this thing in the TV over there the camera's sitting on top of, and that actually startled me a little bit. But, here we go, folks. Contained within that box was a rare 1973 Jolly Toy Company, or Jolly Toys Company, Raggedy Ann ventriloquist doll. You heard that right. This is a Raggedy Ann ventriloquist puppet. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Ann? That's right. Now, she's got some issues going on, as you could probably tell, because the string that's supposed to be coming out of the back of her neck through a little hole right here that you can probably just barely see is sticking out from underneath her lower jaw. And another one of her little issues is the fact that Unfortunately, over the course of her life, she has lost one of her hands and one of her feet. She lost the stocking with the shoe on it. She lost her undergarments, which I only know of because the back of her dress was just hanging open. But she's still smiling. Oh, and I see now that apparently something got hold of her dress over the last 40, almost 50, 73, 83, 93, 2003, 2013, 2023, over the last 50 plus years. Man, she's got her apron, let me try and open it up a bit so you can actually see what I'm talking about, has some damage. Almost looks like a mouse chewed on it or something. Or it could have been carpet beetles, I don't know. But you'll have to stay tuned to the channel for a future video where I'm actually going to talk about her in greater detail. What I can say for the time being is that, for whatever reason, the toy company that produced her used the exact same plastic hands as would have come from a Horseman Doll's puppet. Like, see right there? That is almost exactly the same hand. This one came from Emmett Kelly over there. So, let me see, is that the same size? Okay, yeah. It should be easy enough to replace the hand at least. Cool. I was worried that she was going to have, like, the larger Horseman Doll puppet hands, like from Simon Says or Mo Howard. But thankfully she just has the ones from, like, a Willy Talk. And there are a couple on eBay, so I should be able to quickly buy her a replacement hand and get that glued in place. And then figure out what I'm going to do about her missing foot and her missing clothing and stuff. But yeah, there you have it, folks. My new 1973 Raggedy Ann ventriloquist doll. And my 1970s E.G. Company Howdy Doody How to Be a Ventriloquist 33 1/3 floppy vinyl. I just realized she's basically got the same kind of hairdo I have right now. Alright, Ann. I guess we're just going to wrap that up right there. So I want to say a big thank you to each and every single one of you out there watching. I'll put Ann down so I can do this next bit properly. There we go. I do truly and greatly appreciate it, along with each and every single one of you out there watching. If you like what you've seen here today, you know the drill. Like and comment if you wish. And with all of that out of the way, this is your old pal Oxleymations saying, viewers beware, and subscribe if you dare. Oh, choked myself up there at the end. Later.